The shot cracked like a bug in reality, a noise so terrible my mind tried to write it off as noise. Then I saw the blood. I didn't bolt, just walked slowly, hoping it wasn't real. But beyond the barn, the east gate creaked open and my stomach dropped. Titan, my prize bull. My anchor lay sprawled in the mud, legs bent as if he'd tripped mid-charge dust, cloud blood collecting around him. 5 paces out stood Vanessa Thornton, HOA president, a human storm, in a fitted vest holding a scoped rifle with the aplomb of one who'd just sent off a letter. Her face contained no fear, just a metal smile. "I had no choice," she replied, before I could utter a word, her tone flat as if reading a grocery list. "He surprised me, thought he was a feral hog." I knelt by Titan hands slippery with blood, his chest heaving faintly with each breath. A broken machine, Vanessa let the rifle dangle loose. "I've seen hogs out around here." She added a Choi neighboring land. I was patrolling the tree line. "You opened the gate," I said, voice low. She blinked. It was ajar, faulty fencing. "You disregarded our citations. You weren't authorized to be here. I'm HOA," she said. "Safety patrol. You killed a 2,000-pound bull." It seemed fast charging me. Titan's eyes locked on mine, fading, a soft groan escaping as his leg twitched. Vanessa moved forward. "Honestly, Will, you should have killed that beast years ago." My gaze was drawn to her, unyielding. That's when I realized this was no mistake. It was a hit. "You set this up," I said. "You're dramatic," she said with no concern. "Fix your violations," and this would not have occurred. I stood and she backed away. Not frightened, calculated. "Don't make it worse," she warned, fingers close to the rifle strap. Titan groaned more loudly. Vanessa looked at him, irritated. He wasn't dead yet. "Some people don't quit," she grumbled. That's when I threw one hard, raw punch from a place I'd long buried. She fell, rifle clattering, elbow slapping gravel lips. Split. No scream, just a grunt. She traced the blood, smiled, flawless, she whispered. Then louder, "You just made this criminal Titan hacked fading. You attacked an HOA officer on camera." She said, sitting up. "What camera drone over your barn?" "Check the tree line." Sirens wailed, closing in. I called it in. She said, "Told them you were unhinged. Threatening me, you're not hiding it." I said, "I don't need to self-defense a hunting accident. Lawyers will say that." She grinned, tragic, mistaken identity. 2 cruisers skidded up my son. Sheriff Nate stepped out, eyes flicking from Titan to Vanessa to me. Vanessa raised her bloody hand. "He struck me. I came to report the bull. It pushed me." He attacked. Nate's jaw twitched, but he remained stone-faced. "Dad, step back," he said. "I did, knowing that looks the same. One-eyed worn in a war desert, you sift friend from enemy." "You won't get away with this," I told Vanessa. She wiped her mouth. "I already have Titan's death wasn't the shot. It was her lie, supported by money and a badge, and it was about to cost me everything. I'm Grayson 54, a rancher on my family's land. For 3 generations, Titan was larger than life. Livestock was my peace, my testament. I could construct something of worth." Vanessa, HOA tyrant of Sunny Hills, had been a thorn in my side for years, bringing up my fences, my barn's reflective coat, even my goat's noise, but killing Titan. That was war. Nate didn't cuff me. "Just open the cruiser door, you coming?" I went, not trusting him, but wanting to see if he trusted me. The station's interrogation room was cold, a thin folder with my name next to a cheap pen. Vanessa's charges battery, public safety threat. HOA interference were filed hours prior to the shot, time-stamped like a script. Nate entered exhausted. "She filed this morning," he said 3 hours prior to. I noted. He looked away. "Not a coincidence." Silence followed. My son, caught between his badge and his blood, said nothing more that night in holding. I dreamed of Kandahar, washing blood from my hands in a sink that wouldn't quit seeing Titan's eyes in the mirror. I woke, gasping, not afraid, but certain this wouldn't end with lawyers released pending investigation. My wife, Rachel, picked me up. "Coffee or crowbar?" She asked at home. 2 HOA drones and polos measured our fence sighting reflective index violations. Mail held a $1 million lawsuit from Vanessa's firm claiming I was unstable. A neighbor threatened her. It wasn't just legal, it was a playbook to destroy me. Nate arrived that evening quiet, then left a folder drone video pics timeline portrait presenting me as the aggressor. "Stop, Dad." He said. "She opened fire on Titan." She sued, first installed the gate. You took a snap, I did. I confessed Rachel, sketching a mug, uttered. Snap brighter, a note from Vanessa materialized on our gate. Tell your wife to cease menacing next time. I retaliate in kind, I struck. It opened my war chest to camera rig from militia training days. If she wanted video, I'd give her a show. A padded envelope, came no cinder with a picture of Vanessa behind the paddock rifle in hand, taken from the sheriff's stairwell. I called Nate voicemail. Someone inside was hers. This wasn't a fight. It was an ambush. The ranch grew spooky, a quiet before a trap. Odd boots surfaced, half smeared. The barn door creaked open. One dawn opened. I saw our hand Tyler employed 9 months ago to hone too silent. He shut down his tablet as I approached, responded only when prompted. Fence log recorded him viewing the eastern line at 2:17 a.m. that night. Titan passed away, but the camera was down, footage deleted. I raided his trailer, discovering a tablet open to permits, HOA bylaws maps. Vanessa's name in 6 files and a letter from her dated before shooting East Fence compliance strategy. Collusion, I didn't confront him. I laid a trap telling him I'd be at the lawyer's all day, then stashed myself in a deer blind with a thermal scope at 2:24 p.m. Tyler installed a GPS tracker under the eastern rail. A thumb drive taped inside it contained 33 videos. Night shots of our house barn, Nate's cruiser, Rachel in the kitchen, me at the gate, a text from an unknown number. Hope you're enjoying the show. Next episode drops soon. I sent the clips to Nate. She's attempting to remove me. He said, ethics complaint? Flip him? I said Nate hesitated to Drisky, but I was done defending in the barn. Tyler cracked under our silence. Vanessa paid him off-grid cash for evidence. He reset logs, opened gates, angled drones, but swore he didn't know she'd shoot. I didn't believe him. We didn't arrest him, just marked him. Rachel traced his plates, made his calls. I placed a trail cam on his trailer. We made him believe he was safe, but he was my mole now. There was an audio file on my burner laptop. Vanessa, push him hard. He'll punch, the story writes itself. She'd scripted my swing. My ruin. A new envelope brought a guardianship petition alleging I was delusional, a threat to the agricultural landscape, intent on taking my livestock, my ranch. Rachel held it, shaking. She wants it all. I flashed back to Herod, a clipboard signing away a school to a warlord systems win with ink. Not bullets. I opened my attic war box, flash drives, burners, a note. Don't wait for permission to survive. I built a dossier. Tyler's videos, Vanessa's fraud printed thrice, backed up twice. Rachel's friend at the clerk's office flagged 6 fake payments from Vanessa to a non-existent vendor funneled to her account at 2:14 a.m. Someone tried wiping our cameras. 2 remained on. I recorded. Sent the video via ghost servers. Vanessa texted from a burner. Cute toys, be careful where you point them. With a shot of my truck with a drone, she wanted me caged on my own land. I gave the folder to Nate. This puts her away, he said. Why haven't you? If I swing early, she plays victim that night. 2 chickens were slit left on our porch. I buried them, hiding it from Rachel. But this was personal. Now Vanessa didn't want my land. She wanted my story. My truth rewritten, a dawn call. No ID rasp. I told her not to do this. It's not by loss. It's what your dad did to mine. I dug into an attic box, finding a 1983 dispute letter. My dad and Vanessa's father, Victor Thornton, fighting over the eastern line. A photo showed them shouting by the same post. Titan passed away by an old news article vindicated. The Thorntons' assertion was rejected for insufficiency of evidence, suggesting a silent resolution. My father won perhaps by incinerating a record. Ashes in the West Barn contained burned deeds. Maps. My grandfather's affidavit lost a Baldwin stake imprinted in the ground. Vanessa's heir claim shifted the burden. A 1985 videotape displayed my father at a council declaring, "We win memory." His grin wasn't innocent, it was triumphant. The eastern fence had been cut, a new Thornton stake installed. This land is ours, documents forgotten. I burned it in the ground, buried the ashes by Titan's grave. Vanessa wanted to erase my history. She'd learn, I don't break, I reload. I built a war room, paper not guns. Tyler hacked Vanessa's funds, discovering legacy holdings, phony charities, siphoning cash to her. Rachel traced 3 trusts to Vanessa's P.O. box. I invited Vanessa to a reconciliation session. She attended the Grange Center clipboard, shining with board member Laura Nate, wired the room mic and the chair camera in the vent. I laid out checks to her fake fund. Laura froze. Vanessa smirked. You can't prove intent. I showed an IRS fraud flag. Laura stood. I was scared. She said not anymore. She left. Vanessa leaned in. Your cop's son, your felon wife, your mole with a warrant. I can leak too. I tapped the mic. You'll be a felon when this lands. She threw her pen aside. Laura was interim president Vanessa. Quit an investigation was initiated into her fraud that evening. A text urged, she's got the original map, she's not finished. 2 days later, a sealed claim, Araveta 1949 survey stamped for reassignment submitted by Thornton Trust. The clerk explained it was invalid but cautioned a judge might freeze the land. Vanessa wanted to seize it in limbo at 2:06 a.m. We busted Denny and an inspector laying fence wire. Nate quoted, a court freeze. Denny confessed Vanessa pledged deed rights, stating, I stole the land. The inspector ran away. Denny apologized with his eyes, but Don produced an open barn door. Buckshot Titan's cult gone. A Thornton card read back to rightful range. I punched the wall splinters in my knuckles. Rachel screamed. Broken. I need to stop this, I said at 3:02 a.m. I opened the gate. Rachel handed me her lighter end, it clean. Vanessa showed up at 4:26. No lights, pearl earrings glinting. You could have avoided this, she said. I just wanted what's mine. I played her recorder. Take the horse burn, the feed break. Something Laura, Roy, and Nate appeared. You're done, I said. She laughed. This isn't justice, it ends your story. I replied. She spat at Laura. You betrayed blood. Laura stood firm. I stopped being your alibi. Vanessa eyed me. This land dies with you. I snapped her family stake, dropped it. She drove off 3 days later. Feds indicted her fraud trespass conspiracy. No bail, Laura testified. Roy submitted footage. Nate the recorder. Her house was raided. Her legacy courtroom exhibits a trailer dumped buckshot thin, but alive, nuzzling my pocket. We rebuilt planted clover, set a Grayson, 1985 plate in concrete. Vanessa took a 10-year plea. No headlines, just a footnote. The land remained ours, not by deed, but because we never departed from it. Remembers who bled.